Celtic Myths and Legends by T.W. Rolleston. Chapter 5. Tales of the Ultonian Cycle. Ket and the Boar of Datho. The Connacht champion Ket, whose main exploit was the wounding of King Connor at Ardnurcar, figures also in a very dramatic tale entitled The Carving of Datho's Boar. The story runs as follows. Once upon a time, there dwelt in the province of Leinster a wealthy, hospitable lord named Mesroda, son of Datho. Two possessions had he, namely a hound which could outrun every other hound, and every wild beast in Erin, and a boar which was the finest and greatest in size that man had ever beheld. Now the fame of this hound was noised all about the land, and many were the princes and lords who longed to possess it. And it came to pass that Connor, king of Ulster, and Maeve, queen of Connacht, sent messengers to Datho to ask him to sell them the hound for a price. And both the messengers arrived at the dune of Datho on the same day. Said the Connacht messenger, "We will give thee in exchange for the hound 600 milch cows, and a chariot with 2 horses, the best that are to be found in Connacht. And at the end of a year thou shalt have as much again." And the messenger of King Connor said, "We will give no less than Connacht, and the friendship and alliance of Ulster, and that will be better for thee than the friendship of Connacht." Then Mesroda Datho fell silent, and for about 3 days he would not eat or drink, nor could he sleep o' nights, but tossed restlessly on his bed. His wife observed his condition, and said to him, "Thy fast hath been long, Mesroda, though good food is by thee in plenty, and at night thou turnest thy face to the wall, and well I know thou dost not sleep. What is the cause of thy trouble?" "There is a saying," replied Datho, "trust not a thrall with money, nor a woman with a secret." Well, spouses should keep each other's secrets, right? "When should a man talk to a woman?" said his wife, "but when something were amiss. What thy mind cannot solve, perchance another's may." Then Datho told his wife of the request for his hound, both from Ulster and from Connacht, at one and the same time. "And whichever of them I deny," he said, "they will harry my cattle and slay my people." "Then hear my counsel," said the woman. "Give it to both of them, and bid them come and fetch it. And if there be any harrying to be done, let them even harry each other. Any harrying to be done, let them harry each other. But in no way mayest thou keep the hound." Yeah, jealousy's a ugly monster, isn't it? Datho followed this wise counsel, and bade both Ulster and Connacht to a great feast on the same day, saying to each of them that they could have the hound afterwards. On the appointed day, Connor of Ulster and Maeve, and their retinues of princes and mighty men, assembled at the dune of Datho. There they found a great feast set forth, and to provide the chief dish, Datho had killed his famous boar, a beast of enormous size. That evil show, the sigil of the pig being stabbed through, has nothing to do with this, but that's what I'm reminded of. Episode 7, I think. Well, actually, it appeared before episode 7, 6 or 5 or something. But it, The question now arose as to who should have the honorable task of carving it. And Brick Ryu of the poisoned tongue, characteristically, for the sake of the strife which he loved, suggested that the warriors of Ulster and Connacht should compare their principal deeds of arms, and give the carving of the boar to him who seemed to have done best in the border fighting which was always going on between the provinces. After much bandying of words and taunts, Ket, son of Maga, arises and stands over the boar, knife in hand, challenging each of the Ulster lords to match his deeds of valor. One after another they arise. Cusgrid, son of Connor, Celtic, Moonrimmer, Larry, the Triumphant, and others. Cuchulainn is not introduced in this story, and in each case, Ket has some biting tale to tell of an encounter in which he has come off better than they, and one by one they sit down, shamed and silenced. At last a shout of welcome is heard at the door of the hall of the Ulster men. Grow jubilant. Connell of the Victories has appeared on the scene. He strides up to the boar and Ket, and he greet each other with chivalrous courtesy. And now welcome to thee, O'Connell, thou of the iron heart and fiery blood, keen as the glitter of ice, ever victorious chieftain. Hail, mighty son of Fincún, said Ket. And Connell said, Hail to thee, Ket, flower of heroes, lord of chariots, a raging sea in battle, a strong, majestic bull. Hail, son of Maga. And now, went on Connell, rise up from the boar, and give me place. Why so? Replied Ket. Dost thou seek a contest from me? Said Connell. Verily, thou shalt have it. By the gods of my nation, I swear that since I first took weapons in my hand, I have never passed one day that I did not slay a Connacht man, nor one night that I did not make a foray on them, nor have I ever slept, but I had the head of a Connacht man under my knee. I confess, then said Ket, that thou art a better man than I, and I yield thee the boar. But if An Luan, my brother, were here, he would match thee deed for deed, and sorrow and shame it is that he is not. An Luan is here, shouted Connell, and with that he drew from his girdle the head of An Luan and dashed it in the face of Ket. Then all sprang to their feet, and a wild shouting and tumult arose, and the swords flew out of themselves, and battle raged in the hall of Datho. Soon the host burst out through the doors of the dune and smote and slew each other in the open field until the Connacht host were put to flight. The hound of Datho pursued the chariot of King Elil of Connacht till the charioteer smote off its head. And so the cause of connection was won by neither party, and Datho lost his hound, but saved his lands and life. And yes, you're a better man than I. You don't take a break from killing people. There's situations where that could be the case. That would make a better person.